Well, good morning, everybody. It's Monday and it is the 19th of July. So welcome to my LinkedIn Live. And I'm delighted that you're here today. What a day that Sydney has woken up to, because we've now gone into massive lockdowns. And I've been listening to the radio today, and so many tradies and businesses are just really concerned because obviously they can't do the work that they need to do, and only essential workers and essential retail outlets are open. So people are starting to feel very stressed. Now, today's session is all about resume formats, but because of what's happened in Sydney, and I know a lot of people will be hurting at the moment, what I want to do is to give you something for free that might help. I have a program that's called How to Manage Stress, and what I'm going to do is, if I get my banner, and if you go to here, the careersacademy.online, that's where I have a lot of career resources. But one of the resources that I have is my How to Manage Stress resource. Now, let me just show you this other. I'll hide that banner and I'll put this one here. I hope you can see this. If you go to thecareersacademy.online, careers with an S, okay, thecareersacademy.online/confidence, there you'll see a landing page where you can get my How to Manage Stress program for free. Okay, there's a coupon code there that will drop the price down to $0. So if you need it, please feel free to download that and start to manage your stress levels. It's a program that I created a little while ago, and it's really helped quite a lot of people when they're feeling a bit of anxiety because of career transition, and if they've gone through a redundancy. But this program actually will help you with any sort of change in your life. And currently we're going through lockdowns, and that's a little bit of a change, and many people are being stood down from their work as well. So just wanted to get that out of the way for Monday morning, because a little bit of support for free is always nice, isn't it? So I hope that you're all doing well. Let me just check in the comments. If you're watching live, please do pop in the chat box and say hello. Give me your name if you like, or at least say where you're watching from. If you're watching the replay, then just put #replay and let me know that you're watching the recording of this after the actual live event. All right, I'll just do a quick refresh in my other devices and see if I can see anything at all. Probably not. Not just yet. Hold on. I've got so many devices open at the moment. I've got my iPad going. I've got my phone going as well. And here we go. All right. So I can see you guys. So if there are any comments, I'll double check. Okay, so what I want to do today is to tell you about the different resume formats if you happen to be looking for a job, because there are 4 formats I'd like to explain to you, and not every single one is good for you. Depending on your current situation, you may choose one of the different formats that I have. And oh, hello, I see a couple of comments already. So hello, Chris, nice to see you, joining from Melbourne. You're lucky you're not in well, you're in a little bit of a lockdown, not as bad as Sydney at the moment. And Amanda, hi, Amanda, good to see you. And thank you for joining me today. So anyway, I'm going to be going through resume formats. If you've got any questions, feel free to pop them in the chat box as well, because I don't always see the messages. Oh, you know what I've just discovered? I can do this. Does that show up for you if I put your comments? So if you've got any questions, please feel free. And here we go. There's one from Amanda as well. Thank you so much, Amanda. Yeah, if you've got any questions, please feel free to pop them in the chat box. And if you like, I can pop them up onto the screen as well, so people know what you're asking. But the important thing is go and download the free How to Manage Stress program, because at least that'll help to get you a little bit sorted. And always reach out and talk to a good friend if you need to as well. Okay, so what I want to do now is to share my screen and go into my presentation, which is just a little presentation on how to decide on the different resume formats that you want. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to share my slideshow here. I hope that you can see it. And just want to let you know, if you want to be able to find all of my previous LinkedIn lives, I only started my Monday regular ones last week. Follow the hashtag Jane Career Tips, and then you will be able to see all of my Monday lives with all my career tips as well. Okay, so let's get on with it. I am going to go to the next one. Now, there are 4 different resume formats that you can choose. Okay, I just want to see, I wonder if this is big enough for you, because you might not be able to see. Hang on, I'm just going to exit this and change this to the bigger screen. Yes, that's better, isn't it? And if this is large enough now, I'll go back to here and play from current slide. Okay, that should be a lot bigger for you. There are 4 different resume formats. There is the chronological format, which is the reverse chronological format for your resume, which most people are really familiar with, and your resume is probably in this format. There is the functional resume, which serves a different purpose. There is a combination resume, which, a bit of FOMO if you're missing out and you want to have both formats. That's what the combination format is. And then there is the one-page bio format, which is my absolute favorite. And a lot of recruiters have given me feedback on how much they like this format as well. Okay, so what are the different formats? And depending on your situation, you will choose 1, 2, or all of them. And in fact, what I would recommend is, why don't you test them out? Try the different formats and see which ones, when you are job hunting and making applications, which ones actually get you more hits and more positive attention. Okay, so here we go. A reverse chronological format, the most common one. This is one that most recruiters, are used to receiving. They focus on your employment history, and it goes in reverse chronological order, of course. It's the most widely used and accepted format. And if you're making online applications where you need to fill in lots of fields online, it follows that same format, because you tend to go from your most recent role to roles that were several years ago. Okay, so here is what it actually looks like, and I'm sure you're very familiar with this. Up at the top, you put your name. Now, optional, if you want to add a tagline or some keywords that will make your resume pop a little bit, you can actually add them there if it's going to be a selling point for you. Then have your email, your mobile, and add your LinkedIn public profile URL, or you can put LinkedIn and hyperlink it. Now, only do this if your LinkedIn profile is looking really good. If you've got a rubbish LinkedIn profile, don't link it and send people to a rubbish profile. So make sure you update your LinkedIn profile so it looks really good. It's up to date. It's got a great cover image, great profile photo, good headline there as well, and a fantastic about section. And you filled out all the sections. So that's just up at the top. And then your profile, this section projects you into the desired direction. This is not just ancient history of what you have been and what you were. This is aspirational, please. Okay, so create a mini bio to highlight who you are, what you can do, and what you are known for being. Now, when you read a job description, there will be some must-haves that you must ensure that the reader will notice. So include those must-have qualities if you have them. Okay, in your profile. Then the professional experience, we go back in time, the company name, how long you work there, a brief description of the company if it's not well known, your job title. Now, if you've had a number of job titles or number of jobs within one company, then you just put the company name once, and then you go back in time with your different job titles that you've held in reverse chronological order. Very important are to include the accomplishments, your tangible accomplishments, where you may have saved time, saved money. Now, if you watched my LinkedIn Live from last week, I explain how to craft powerful accomplishment statements. So if you missed it, go to hashtag Jane Career Tips on LinkedIn later, not now, a little bit later, and you'll be able to watch that recording of how to craft tangible accomplishment statements. And I also tell you how you can get my template, okay, for free as well. Then after your professional experience, academic qualifications, professional development, membership and awards, and any additional information, if it's voluntary work, conferences, presentations, put it in there. Now, one thing that's quite difficult is that it is preferred for you to have your resume only about 2 pages, max 3. Any longer than that, and it's just too much information. Okay, you don't want to put the kitchen sink in your resume. Your resume is a synopsis of the career highlights that are relevant to the reader, a synopsis of the career highlights that are relevant to the reader. That's what your resume is. A curriculum vitae is the whole shebang, okay? And a curriculum vitae or a CV, if that term is used correctly, is really for academic, scientific circles rather than the commercial use. Okay, so 2 to 3 pages absolute max for your resume. So that's the reverse chronological order resume. A functional resume, now if you are thinking of making a career change, you're changing job function, changing job industry, or you want to go back to something that you used to do 8, 9, 10 years ago, and your most recent roles will not really sell you in that direction, then you will be using a functional resume. This highlights your skills and competencies. This highlights what you can do rather than what you've done most recently. Okay. Oh, I just noticed in the chat, CH everyone well? I hope so. Andy, hi Andy, and you're in Sydney as well. Let me do a refresh of my devices and make sure that I can see everybody as well. Okay, there we go. Oh, and hello, Gillian. Thank you so much for joining me today as well. Please feel free, Gillian, to add your comments anytime that you would like as well. Okay, so back to functional resume. This is very effective for career changes, and what it does is it de-emphasizes gaps in your employment. So if you've had a bit of a patchy career history, a functional resume is not going to highlight that. I need to let you know, though, that this is not the preferred resume format by recruiters. They do like reverse chronological because they want to know where you've been most recently and what your job function was, because they like to match apples with apples. I'm a former recruiter and I used to like to match apples with apples. Of course, I'm a career coach and I help you to make an effective career change. So a functional resume is very useful when you are networking as well, because it'll highlight what you actually bring to the table and what you prefer. So here's what it would look like. That up at the top, now the name and profile sections are always the same regardless of your format, all right? So up at the top, the name, tagline, email, mobile, LinkedIn, hyperlink for your URL, the profile section or the bio projects you into your desired direction. And then you see there are functional competencies on page 1 here. So depending on what your functional competencies are, I've just got some examples here. There's leadership, and then you need to put 1 or 2 relevant leadership accomplishments, if that's what you want to highlight. If you want to highlight marketing and sales, operations, risk management, whatever it is that is your area of expertise that you would like to market, that's what you put in this functional resume on page 1, okay? And then page 2 looks pretty much the same as the reverse chronological, but a true functional resume does not have all the extra information under the professional experience section. It's got your company name, job titles, how long you were there. That's all right? So people can see what you can do on page 1. I'll just go back a page. Here's what you bring to the table. And then on page 2, this is where you have worked, but you've already got the most marketable accomplishments on page 1, so you don't need to put them again on page 2. Then of course, qualifications, membership, awards, conferences, presentations, voluntary work, whatever else you're going to put there. Again, please cull your resume so only the salient points are in it, because your resume is a piece of marketing material. It's not a legal document, it's marketing material. Of course, it needs to be truthful and accurate, but remember, relevance to the reader is what you need to focus on. Now, a combination resume, just a little warning here that a combination resume may end up being a little bit longer because you've got more information in there. It combines the functional format and the reverse chronological format. So you'll be able to see what skills you bring to the table. And also we've got all of the detail about your professional experience as well on the next page. It's popular, but I find it too long, but the choice is yours. Again, this is what it will look like on page 1. Name, profile, functional competencies looks the same as a functional resume, and on page 2 this looks the same as your reverse chronological resume, where you do add your tangible accomplishments where you actually achieved them under the relevant company and job titles. Okay, so that's quite simple. And now, my favorite, the one-page bio. And this is really popular. It's very good for board roles, very good for senior executive roles as well. And what it does is it emphasizes your preferred skills that you want to leverage on page one. It is like a one-page bio. All the salient points are bang smack on that first page. Okay, it's an easy overview of your capabilities. Great for networking because they don't even need to go to page two to see what you bring to the table. Great for corporate roles, as I said. And the second page is the same as the reverse chronological. But you know what? Most of the time, they don't even need to turn to page two to know what you bring to the table. And that should be enough for them to pick up the phone because the wow factor is on page one. And here's how it can look. All right. So again, up at the top, name, tagline, your professional profile or bio, okay? And then look here, we've got a career summary where you can put it in a table format where we've got the company name, the job title, and the dates. Now, with the dates, just put the years. You don't need to put the months and years, otherwise it ends up getting a little bit too busy. But just at a glance, someone can see where you have worked and the different job titles that you have held there. So this is great if you have had solid career progression or if you worked at some really blue chip companies or departments. All right. I'm just having a look again at the comments. Hold on, let me just see. Sarah, great tips. Thank you. Oh, Sarah, thank you for joining me. Andy, so one-page bio has 2 pages. Yes, because the one-page bio is on page 1. I call it the one-page bio because you could actually throw away page 2. But when you're making a job application, Andy, people want to know a little bit more detail as well. So that's why we have the second page. But on page 1, you can use just that page and take it to your networking meetings or just show someone because it's got all the relevant information right on that page. So let me continue down the page. Thanks for the question. I know it sounds a bit confusing, doesn't it, with me calling it the one-page bio, but it's because the one page is the wow factor. So after the career summary, we put 2 or 3 really powerful tangible accomplishments of yours underneath the career summary. So you need to decide which of your accomplishments are most relevant for the role that you are targeting that will have the wow factor. All right. Did you save time? Did you improve profits? Did you streamline processes? Did you mitigate major risk? Did you do something that is so relevant for the role that you're targeting that the screener, when they have a look at that, they'll think, well, gosh, if you can do that, then everything else will probably follow. All right. So if it's got the wow factor, then you're going to do well. Then after that, your academic qualifications and professional development, please bear in mind you don't need to put everything here. Put what will impress the reader for that particular role. Everything is to do with tailoring your resume for the role that you're going for. All right. Then, of course, memberships and awards if it's relevant and it's impressive. And then any additional information like your speaking engagements, voluntary work, special projects, languages, if it is relevant. I keep saying relevant because that's what's most important. When a screener is going through your resume, they have keywords in their mind about the type of person and the skills and qualifications and experience that they're looking for that will be desirable. So let's hit them with it on the first page. All right. I hope you like this particular format because I really like it as well. Any other questions, anyone? Nope, not at the moment. Okay, I don't see any. So now here, just to help you, because this is just a 15-minute chat, and actually I've gone over 15 minutes already. If you would like my career communications pack, and in my career communications pack, it's got how to craft accomplishment statements. There's the resume template, the one-page bio one that I love. There's a cover letter template, amazing cover letter. My clients love this one. How to create your verbal pitch, your positioning statement, how to create your marketing plan when you're looking for a job, and also fantastic detail on how to address key selection criteria, especially if you're going for a public service role, because they always have key selection criteria that you need to address. So that's all in my career communications pack. If you go to this link, it's a bit.ly link to make it easy for you, bit.ly/career comms. That will take you there. And if you use this coupon code, I'm giving it to you for 50% off today. All right. LinkedIn special is the coupon code. That's where you go. And now I'm going to end the slideshow and stop sharing. Okay. And so, how are you guys going? I hope this has been a little bit helpful for you. I'm here for questions for another 5 minutes as well. So if you do have any questions, please feel free to ask. And remember, if you are feeling a little bit of stress because of all the lockdowns, if you're in Sydney and New South Wales, Greater Sydney, go to the careers www.thecareersacademy.online/confidence, and I have a coupon code there, so you can get my how to manage stress online program for free, because yes, everybody's really hurting at the moment. Okay. Oh, and do you want to see the link and the code again? Actually, why don't I pop it in here? I'll copy and I'll pop it into the comments. Paste. Okay, there you go. I hope you can see that. Did that pop up? I hope it did. If not, I'm going to have to do it again a little bit later. Okay, let me just go back and share the slide, share my screen, and go back to presentation. Here we go. Share. All right, here we go. So it's bit.ly/career comms. Use the LinkedIn special coupon code and you'll get it for half price. That's my career communications pack. But my how to manage stress program is free. All right, so there's the coupon code and in the link there at thecareersacademy.online/confidence. Okay, so I hope you've got that, Sarah. Yeah, stay safe, definitely, Julian. I hope that you're doing okay as well. And the thing is that most of my work, in fact, all of my work now, is online, so I'm able to continue to support people in their careers. And listen, I'm always good for a chat as well. If you are feeling a bit of stress, or if you need a bit of career clarity, just go over to here. Let me create a banner here. JacksonCoach.com. There we go. There's that banner. Right here, if you go to my website, if you're really hurting and you want to have a 15-minute complimentary chat with me, it's a complimentary career clarity chat, please feel free to book in and let's have a chat. It'll be via Zoom, and I'm always good for a chat and I'm here to support you anyway, so please feel free to do that. All right, so I've got heaps of stuff for you. If we're not connected yet, connect with me on LinkedIn. If you would like that free how to manage stress program, please go to that as well. Angeline, hello Angeline. Ernie, hi Ernie, how you doing? Thank you Andy, thank you Linda for joining us, and Sarah, how are you going? I'm just wondering, how are you all feeling before I leave you? I'm just wondering where you're watching from. Are you watching from Sydney, or are you overseas, or are you somewhere else besides Melbourne? Someone was from Melbourne early on. There was Chris. Yes, hello Chris as well. Okay, so if you want to watch the replay, please do, because it will be on my profile as well. Yeah, Chris, it's a nice refresher for the start of the week. Yes, I'm sure you know all about the resumes, but you know what? If you haven't tried the one-page bio format, give it a go, because I found it very effective, and the feedback from my clients has always been so positive. But you know what the key is? Make sure you have your keywords in there, because there is the applicant tracking system. And in one of my other Monday morning sessions, I will be discussing that as well. Please make sure that you pop into your calendar Monday mornings 9:15 to 9:30, and because I tend to waffle on so much, I know I always go over time, about 5 minutes or so. And Linda, you're in Canberra. Ernie, you're in Texas. So it must be late at night for you, Ernie. Angeline, you're in Singapore. Hello, Angeline. And Jeff, you're in Sydney as well. So stay safe, Jeff. I hope all is Okay, let me have a look. Is there anything else? No. All right. Well, I'm done. I've got to start my day because I've got some coaching calls to get onto now via Zoom. So again, if you want to, please feel free to go over to here if you need just a little bit of support and a bit of a chat about your career, or even if you just want to have a chat about, you know, how you're feeling. I'm there for you. And just underneath my welcome video, you'll see it'll say book an appointment, and you can choose to book an appointment. You'll see my calendar there as well. Supro, oh hello. Oh, you're very welcome, Subpro. Thank you so much for joining me as well. And if you're watching the replay, type in your comments in the replay, and I'll go back a little bit later and respond to any questions that you may have. Okay. Goodbye, everybody. Take care. I'm going to end the broadcast now, and we'll see you again soon. Okay. Bye, everyone.